All right, I see on the
One
tanks.
Meyer. Holy shit.
I see on the tanks. You remember on the tanks, Smokey, or no? Probably not, right?
On the tanks?
Yeah, man. Your brain is just not here today.
Why is he playing?
Yo, Smokey, how about this, bro? Like, I know you're terrible with like your schedule and shit like that, right? But whenever we do one of these interviews, bro, I want you to just come hang out with us, and then we're gonna have the Smokey question of the day. The Smokey question of the day.
What did you say, bro?
Uh,
I was FK.
It's okay. Oh, praise be, boys, praise be.
That's a solid list of people to interview right there. I feel like. Hey, who the fuck is All Might?
Imagine doing an interview with Smokey, bro. Like,
who is All Might? Who is All Might?
Yeah, who is All Might? And why is Smokey so high right now?
DR, Tamashi, and Arca will definitely not come. Maybe Arca. Maybe we can convince Arca to come. But
yo, am I in the right spot?
yo,
Yeah.
what's
Yes,
up,
sir.
Glut? What's up, Glut?
What's up, guys? Yeah, about my buddy with me, Jerry Poppins.
That was his name on UO, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo,
You know him well, right?
yes, sir. That's my guy right there, bro. He only had 2 homes, bro. One is Alpha Company, the other one is BA.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, he wears heels, according to Archer's now. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Poppins, you want to say something?
How old are you? Where are you from? And what is your drug of choice?
Yeah, it's the ultimate 3 questions.
Oh, is he asking you? Is he doing?
I don't know. You
a job
asking
for us,
me?
bro?
You
That was
asked-
what? That's for what?
Okay.
Oh my God.
54. I live in Baltimore, and my drug of choice probably it's a 3-way tie: LSD, Adderall, and weed.
Damn.
Yeah, they're all pretty good in their different moments. Like before you go to the gym, LSD, and when you're trying to go to sleep, Adderall.
Bro, how much do you love weed, Glut? How much do you love weed from 1 to 10, bro?
Yeah, I don't even know if I love it anymore. Now it's just like 100, a 10 on the addiction scale. Like truly, the only times I don't feel like mad depressed are when I smoke, and then I'm still depressed anyway. But it makes things a little bit better. So it's not like, oh, you know, this is cool. Let's get high and watch a movie. It's like, let's get high so I don't fucking kill myself in the next hour. So I guess that's
in game.
in game.
In game, definitely in game.
Yeah,
My bad. Well, hey,
when did you start smoking, bro?
I don't know. When I was like 18, I guess. So kind of late for most people start. Oh, I started in 8th grade. Dude.
What do you
Ninja
smoke,
Turtle, I
bro?
made a bong out of my Ninja Turtle. It's sick. I didn't start until like I don't know. I got into college. My parents like mad strict. They're like, you know what? And then like they dropped once I got into college. They dropped me off. My mom's like, here's a lighter. You'll need it. Realized my parents were like fucking drug addicts.
Did you feel like you need that shit? Like, cause I know for some people they'd be completely different without it. You know, like they get triggered easy without it and stuff like
For me, I like to do it before I go to the gym or play sports. It's like it gives me a lot of energy. And then also I think, you know, drugs in general can give you a different perspective. We're having like a serious convo, but like give you a perspective you may not have if you're just 100% sober. Like, you know, I don't think, you know, weed can fuck you up if you're not used to it, but it also, you know, those kind of drugs, psychedelics too, probably Molly, like they have therapeutic benefits too. A lot of it is like, I'm mad depressed, you know, that's why I'm drinking. And then you take acid and you're like, actually things aren't so bad, you know, relative to others, and maybe alcohol is actually what's making me feel bad. So
yeah. Oh man, alcohol is fucking terrible, bro.
alcohol is a tough drug. I mean, people are like, I don't do. We ask that question, right? How old are you? Where you're from? What's your drug of choice? All the time to people who join, and they're like, I don't do drugs, and I'm like, what do you drink? Yeah, dude, I'm drunk as shit right now. I got 18 IPAs. I'm like, bro, you like alcohol is a drug. Just because it's legal doesn't mean it's like, you know, it's a fucking serious drug. You can, you know, it's like one of the only ones you can die when you come off it. So.
Yeah, that shit's fucking terrible, bro.
That and some good pussy.
What's your favorite weed movie? You know, like, cause there's like, I don't know.
Weed
if you
movie?
like, yeah, like Cheech and Chong,
I mean,
Harold and Kumar, Pineapple
I mean,
Express.
I don't really like weed. Have you ever seen Belly?
No.
If I watch Belly, I have to smoke like 100 blunts during it, but it's not really a weed movie.
It's mandatory though, because
Right? Because I mean, like, it's like
entirely
I've never seen
gangster.
so many blunts lit up in a movie, and that Sister Nancy song comes on, and they're hitting that fucking massive joint in Jamaica. But the weed movies, I don't know. High Times, I guess, the OG one. But I guess what's the other one? Cheech and Chong. That's even real OG. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like dude 420. Like I don't care about weed movies and shit or whatever.
Yeah.
A good movie is Gummo if you want to see a good movie, or Platoon.
Gumbo?
Goodfellas. Yeah, Gummo. It's by the
Gumbo.
guy who did Kids. Gummo, like Gummo.
Gotcha.
Which also, ironically, is featured in the movie Belly, and that's how I got turned on to Gummo.
What the hell is Belly? What is that?
Nas movie.
It's like a movie about. It's a rap movie, sort of.
Do you know Nas the rapper? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a boomer rap movie, bro. It's got DMX in it. It's pretty cool, though. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm white and grew up in the suburbs, but it makes you want to smoke blunts and probably get into the cocaine business.
So let's say we were in high school together, bro. Yeah.
Fat
So-
loser playing UO. I mean,
Is
them playing the
that-
trumpet. Is that what you want? You want to hang out with me, dude? Come on, hang out with me. There's a reason they call me Gluttony. I'm a fucking fat fuck.
No, I
Always
mean,
have been.
I was gonna ask you that too. Like, where'd you get your name? Gluttony
Yeah,
SDS.
I think the movie Seven. I'm old as fuck. So you seen that movie Seven with Morgan Freeman?
Yes.
That had just come out, and my friends were gonna play UO, and like we need a name, and they're like, how about Seven? Because Seven Deadly Sins or whatever in that movie. And I was like, all right, I'll be Vanity, and they're like, nah, you should be Gluttony. And I was like, why? And they're like, because you're fucking fat. I was like, all right.
Bro, what
Whatever.
does gluttony even mean? Like,
Come
I'm
on,
ignorant
dude.
as hell. I really don't know.
You can't say that word. You can't say the R word on here, right? Bleep that out. Sorry, I forgot. It's like mad PC.
That's
Gluttony
okay.
is just like, I think it's like a sin where like you eat too much. So it's like, it's a fat thing. You ever read the Bible? Aren't you
Have you
Catholic?
seen the
No,
movie Seven?
I guess you've never read the Bible. Aren't you? You read the Quran. Did you grow up reading the Quran or no?
No. But like,
You never went to like whatever it's called, temple, or I don't even know what it's called for.
I've
Muslim.
been to everything, bro. I've been to a church. I've been to a synagogue. I've been.
I'm
to
saying like growing up, were your parents religious or no?
No, not at all.
Because I mean, mine weren't either. But I went to church every Sunday, and I was
Marcus
like,
lying. He's Muslim.
yeah, I know he's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, did you grow up going? Like, did you have like, hey, it's my 13th birthday. I'm gonna go to the mosque for my big marachma. Whatever it is. Like, I know it. Like,
Muhammad and Ali.
Do they have one for?
I don't know.
Do they
You
have
got
one for?
confirmation if you're like Christian. You have the bar mitzvah if you're Jewish. I don't know if Muslims have a thing, but like, did you go through those things as a kid and like with Islam or not?
I'm not Muslim.
Bro,
That's just-
come on. I'm saying so. Your parents. Yeah, what about your? All right, what about
People
your
don't
parents?
believe me when I tell them. Bro.
Yeah,
So-
I believe you. You
so I'll
got the
tell you, I'll
beard
tell
that makes
you.
us believe otherwise. It's like
So I'll
American
tell you-
Taliban.
No. So my dad's
Um,
Italian, so he's Christian. He grew up Catholic.
Okay, so did you grow up Catholic
And
at all?
then
Or what?
no. And then my mom is Persian, so she was Muslim.
Okay,
But both
okay.
of them are
But
not
people
religious.
in Iran, like a lot of them hated religion when like the revolution
Exactly,
happened.
because
So
it was forced on
if
them.
your mom went to college, she's probably one of the ones that hated religion.
Yeah,
Like
like
Iran was crazy back in the day. Like in the 70s, it was like progressive as hell. Like
yeah, it was
women
like the
were
America of
you
the
know,
Middle East.
right. Women
When
were
did
like
the Sheik take? When did they take over?
like the late 70s. They had like an Islamic revolution where all the big beards came out. And, like anyone who didn't have a beard was like getting their arms chopped off in the soccer stadium.
Something like that. But I mean, you're not that wrong though. It was
No,
literally the America.
I'm not,
of the
yeah,
Middle
for
East.
real.
Yeah.
And then the Shah, whatever, like got there was a king
got
who was like
overthrown?
America, right? He got overthrown, and then like Islamic radicals took over.
And then that's why a lot of if you
And
meet a lot of
Iran
Persians,
really took off in terms of like torture.
Oh yeah, that shit went a whole different
to be
way.
fair, they had a lot of torture back in the day too. I think every Middle East country, just like they have,
100%.
here's our
100%.
finance, our finance minister, and here's our minister of torture. It's like they all had like Turkey, I'm sure has torturers. Jordan, all those countries got like mad torture going on. U.S. does a little bit too, but
I'll tell you
It's
what
called
though,
called
not-
advanced interrogation.
they're not fucking with Trump though. Like when they were making
I
threats.
mean, listen, I'm pretty sure the plan was either one, get America like so divided, which they've achieved, because now like half the country goes one way, half goes the other, and they hate each other. Or two, get Trump in there, so like Trump's kind of incompetent, and if you invade, like they're not even going to do sanctions or whatever, because they probably had some shit on Trump. Russia did; he was tight with them.
I mean,
But it's not
you're
that
talking
I
about my
think
boy,
they want
man.
Trump in there 'cause Trump's probably a kind of incompetent when it comes to that stuff.
You think
I don't
so?
know. I don't know. Yeah, kind of. I mean,
Did you enjoy his
he's-
Twitter? Did you enjoy his tweets?
Oh,
back
dude,
in the day?
he actually made politics entertaining. Like,
Yeah, man.
whether you're for him or against him, but I don't think he's like the smartest dude, obviously. He probably would have like done something where he like made us allies with Russia and China, which maybe that's the way to go. I don't know.
Listen, let's go back to your early days. Let's go back to your early days.
Or is this like a actual like interview?
No, it's like I just wanna. We basically just wanna know everything about
Okay.
you, bro.
All right, my bad, dude. Sorry for interrupting. I had.
No, it's okay, bro. You can take it wherever you want, bro.
It's just I'll say one thing. I feel like a huge loser, and I am. But it's like my kids are upstairs with like my mother-in-law, and I was like, hey, I gotta go, and my wife's like, why? I was like, I gotta do a stupid interview about a video game.
We talk about
And
we
then
talk
her
about
pussy
everything
got
on here,
real
bro.
wet, and her mother was like, oh, goody, and she's like dripping through her pants. Nah, but I just feel like I always
The
preface
Glutt
these
came
things,
in
I feel
energetic
like-
as hell,
look,
bro.
I'm
Dude,
saying,
this motherfucker came in swinging.
I always preface these things with I feel like such a loser doing it because it's like weird to talk about Albion and yourself. I'm like I'm nothing special, bro. And neither are you, KingMoJo, neither is Syndic. None of us are. We're all straight up losers. Okay, we're playing like we get so invested in video games. So that's my always disclaimer before we like nerd out and talk about stuff. But go ahead.
Damn, you don't gotta bring me down with you, bro. God damn.
Okay, I mean, look,
Speak for
maybe you
yourself,
need to brought
bro.
that a little bit. I mean, look,
Speak for
you're
yourself,
probably
bro.
actually, you're probably not a loser, and maybe Syndic's not either. And you guys are like getting pussy from fucking Albion, or you're making real life money.
Definitely not.
I'm doing none of that. Like I'm just spending time on Arch, and it's like look, like I said, I'm a fucking loser. So maybe you're not, maybe you are. I don't know. Have you gotten pussy from Albion?
Definitely not.
I got weed. I went to Rome that one time, and someone in Albion in Arch hooked me up with weed. So I guess maybe I'm not a loser either, but.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that too. I was gonna ask you if you met up with anybody from Albion because I remember you went to
my bad.
Italy. I
My
remember
bad.
you went to
Anyways.
Italy. Yeah, let's start from the beginning. Hold on, let me start from the beginning,
Right,
bro.
yeah,
Because
I didn't mean to
before
cut you
Albion,
off.
this is before Albion, right?
Right.
So in high school, were you playing video games?
Yeah. I mean, what we do, we go to high school. Yeah, I'm playing video games. You started UO in '97, so that was like even past high school, I guess. But yeah, and then I played UO pretty much for 20 years straight,
For
25 years almost.
25
So I played UO from like
years.
'97 till 2017 when Albion came out. 17, right? Summer of 17.
Yes.
So I'm talking about the real game because
Officially, gotcha.
right, the real game. So up until that, all I played was UO, and I played Darkfall, which is like, I don't know if you heard of that. It's like it's like a first-person full loot MMORPG. So you know how like Albion's sort of like League of Legends, and it's
Right.
full loot. That game was like a first-person shooter and was full loot. And I played that for a while and had like a huge alliance on there too. But that game was like a lot of exploiting and bugs and cheating, which is crazy because Albion never really had that. They had maybe like a few dupes or some shit. Like Sun might have been duping or something, but. Isn't that something that's true? Like it's
the
like
GGers,
it's
yeah,
like,
the GGers.
right, and they were like, and like they came back and made accounts anyway.
Yes.
and so,
And they still play, yeah.
right. It's kind of crazy to me. I'm sure we'll get into your ban or whatever, but yeah. So yeah, I only played full loot MMORPGs. Like UO was the first one that really came out, and it was full loot. And like once you play a full loot game, like why would it's tough to go to something else? Like WoW, it's like if you die, who cares, right? Or EverQuest was the thing at the time.
Yeah,
It's
man,
like,
I
I
had the
can't
same
really.
issue, bro.
If you can't kill someone in a video game, loot them, and like stand over their body and call them a game or whatever, a word, and make them angry, like then there's no thrill because you risk having a bad day yourself. You risk having someone do that to you so that you could do it to someone else. That's like sort of the crux of these games. I don't know. I guess I'm a psychopath. I've always been into the.
Did you never play shit like Mario Kart or like?
I mean, okay, like I had like Super Nintendo, yeah, and I played like first-person shooters like Quake and Quake 2 and Command and Conquer and other games, but Duke Nukem.
But it's just not your thing.
Right.
Like at a certain
Never
age, you
an
just-
MMO that wasn't full loot. Never an MMO that wasn't full loot. And yeah,
Did you ever try Tibia?
console games suck because console games, like the only good thing to play on there are sports games. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you just play it on the computer?
Yeah.
Right? Like, why would I play Call of Duty on the Xbox? It's like playing wheelchair basketball, bro. You know how hard it is to play with a controller and aim. Like it's yeah, it's still fun, but it's like But so yeah, for PC MMOs, all I've ever played were full loot ones. So that's why when Albion was like, I heard about it in beta, and actually I had someone in my UO guild who worked for SBI, Ninigan. It was some chick. I don't know if you played in beta. When the game came out, she like was gone. And
I play in beta, but I don't recognize the name. I don't recognize.
Okay, yeah. But she was like, "Hey, play this game," and it was like, it comes out in 3 years. I was like, I'm not gonna, and more power to those who did. But to me, I had no interest in playing a game and like spending a lot of time on it when I knew it was just gonna get wiped and come out again.
Yeah.
Now it's not like, I mean, in hindsight, it's like, well, if you're having fun, like that's what games are about. Not like, I'm gonna amass, 300,000 pixels or whatever. Like,
it wasn't like that in beta.
But yeah, so once I found out it was like actually going to be released, we sort of like stopped playing UO and started coming here. And on the tanks with us, and we just came. And I don't know if you remember this, Mojo. It was like the summer right before it got released, and we would go to the yellow zone.
Yeah.
And I would stream and was just like, hey, I got 2 weeks to try to learn this game. Come teach us. Come fight us. We were just doing yellow zone battles over and over again for all night, and like it was pretty dead because right before I guess in beta, after each beta was out for a while, people just like stopped playing. So the only people were, so it was pretty dead. And so the people that did come were like, I remember Sorab and Dobby, if you remember him.
Yeah.
Taught us how to like use the enigmatic and wind wall and shit. So we tried to learn the game as much as possible in those 2 weeks in beta, and then the game launched, and we were like, okay, let's play.
Yeah, but you guys came together. You guys came in force.
We came in force. Well, I'm also with Something Awful, which is like a website. I don't know. It used to be like a big website with like big forums, and like the goons in Eve come from Something Awful. It's called like you're a Something Awful goon or something. So they played Eve, and that's sort of how I always adopted my model of playing games. Is like be inclusive, allow the noobs to come on board, and try to harness them to to achieve effects without being like super try hard and elitist. Because that's how you did it.
Do you know Seed from Eve or no? Do you guys know each other? Do you and Seed know each other from Eve?
No, I never played Eve. That's what I'm saying. But I played UO with Something Awful guys and led them in UO, and then I led them in Darkfall, and so then I led them here. So that's how I had a lot of people coming from UO and had a lot of people coming from Something Awful. That's why the name's like Awful Company. I don't know, stupid, very nerdy, very lame. But yeah, so we came in with a lot of dudes right away at launch. None of us had played though, really, so didn't know anything about the game, and then tried to learn quickly, and then I set the game launch, and that was almost 5 years ago now. So
we see. We're gonna ask Seed.
I was gonna ask. So why did I know the story, but I feel like for context,
we need to know.
Talk about how come you guys left UO.
He got banned.
Well, I got banned because on UO was a private server for one, but that had more people than the regular one at that point because I'd been out 20 years or whatever. And we had like remember how Blue Army sort of like controlled the game with squad and like, everyone hated you. Like it was like that on UO, but like on a probably worse scale because there were so few people, and like they would all be in my guild, which is EQMS, which is funny that Franley has that name for his guild. And so like a lot of shit, like people hated me in the server admin, like he's making money off people donating to his server. So like, and people are like, I'm quitting because EQMS is too strong there, and like Gluttony's ruining the game. So he's under pressure. He's like, hey, these are the people donating. They're not going to donate anymore. And so then I think he like sort of banned me from that. And that's, then it was like, really, well, now we have no choice but to come to Albion. So they sort of happened in conjunction. They were like, I was like, hey, listen, I was like, I know you're mad at me. I'm going to, before you ban me, he's like, I'm just going to take a break, play a different game. He's like, cool. And then of course I started like bringing people to that game from UO, and he's like, you're taking people from my server. I'm like, bro, like what?
Yeah, I was going to say, did the guy just kick you, or did he
Yeah,
make
so
an
then
excuse?
at that point, once like I was playing a different game and started drawing people away from his server, that's when he banned me. And it was like, you're banning me for playing a different game, but that's why I'll never play. I'll never play a private server again because admins are always corrupt, and it's not worth like, time and effort just to have someone eventually just ban you for no reason. Well, and in your case, I can sort of understand how you may have the same sort of feeling with what happened to you. I don't really know 100% what happened with your ban, but at least I feel like for the most part with SBI, they're not going to ban you because you get too strong or powerful. But maybe they did to you, so I don't know. But that's sort of what happened with UO, and that's why we came to Albion also. So good question, Zero Out Seed.
Yeah, Flacco told me some similar stories when he was playing Tibia about private servers. It's like if people were getting hella strong is like same thing that happened to you. They would just ban
Right,
the whole
because like
guild.
you don't want. I mean, you don't want like. Yes, in an ideal world, someone gets too strong, everyone else can rally against them. And people would try that sometimes, but then you'd crush that, and then people would be like, "I'm already tried once, I'm not gonna try it again." And then people join you. It's like a huge momentum thing. Obviously, you had sort of the same thing going on Albion, but so I could see like their game to a point. If no one's gonna step up and take out who's on top, they really can get a stranglehold of a private server. So, and like I said, those guys are making like thousands of dollars a month from donations. So it's that's their job. So of course they're gonna start banning people who get too strong. I can hear my mother-in-law. It's kind of weird. It's like, oh yeah, he's in there talking about video games.
We can't hear her, so it's okay. In case
Okay.
you want it. Yeah, we can't. Where did the meme? How do you say art? Is it Archinson or is it Arts None?
Archer's not. It's not a
Archer-
meme. It's a dude. It's a guy that we met, and only thanks knows him. We met him on UO, and he'd been kicked out of like every guild he'd ever been in because he's like, he like the rest of us, myself included, have mental health issues, and not everyone's like, all right, he's just being disruptive, and me, and I'm like, hey, who cares? Like, it's he's funny, he's honest, I don't want to put his shit out there, but he's like the most honest person you'll meet. And he's just, he rages and had like his, mental health sometimes is a problem and he spazzes out, but who cares? Those are the kind of people that like really need a video game community. I mean, because he's not talking to anyone in real life really, except for Danny the Mexican. So I think for the people like that to have an outlet, even through video games, is good. I think for anyone, obviously, like humans need community and a sense of like social community and belonging. It's like, I think it's like a basic need. So you can get it through video games, and so for him, I think it would help him out. But he's funny. I don't know, Poppins. I mean, I don't like I said, I don't want to get into his business, but Poppins, what do you think about Archer's Dawn? How would you describe him?
He's awesome. He's a good piece of content. Just like everybody has their Freds or their other people. So
yeah,
I don't want to put him. Like I said, I don't want to. I don't see him as content. I just see him as being funny.
Oh, he's fun to play with.
He's unlike anyone you've probably ever talked to. And
really?
You're like, oh, I can't picture that because you can't really picture it. It's just, I mean, he's talking about how if you want to get huge ejaculates, you got to eat Reese's Pieces and frozen Red Baron pizzas. Like, what I mean? Like, who's coming up with that except for someone who really believes that? And maybe it's true. I never tried it. So.
Is that like so he's one of those people that you only meet on these type of games, right? Like a Shiro or like a King Fred or some.
Nah, completely different from those guys.
Completely
different, but check it out. So like, let's say you have like your normal everyday Discord conversation with your guild. You're logging in. You have your normal bullshit. This guy will come in and completely flip up any situation that's going on.
I say completely different from those guys. Completely different from those guys. King Fred, what's unique about King Fred? He tries to be shocking. Okay, and Shiro, I don't know, like there's nothing really unique about him either. Maybe if I spoke
Shiro's
Russian,
definitely unique, bro.
I don't think so. He's like it's not. I mean, they're not super off. Like they're trying to be funny. They're trying to be shocking or whatever. Archer's Dawn is just 100% authentic, and his authenticity. With that intact, it's still, he's still hilarious and unique. Like I said, he's unlike anyone I've ever talked to. I'm surprised.
Sorry, I just got back. You talking about me or what? No.
But anyway, so like I said, he made that much an impression on myself and the rest of us that
you guys made him your mascot.
You made him not the mascot, but we just dedicated this alliance to him.
He also
Dedicated
has the
everything
voice
he did
of an angel.
Right. I mean, he's not like he's like to be worshipped, but in a way, he kind of is.
Tell him what you did for his birthday one year. Do you remember what we did?
Something about, like lined up and made everyone give him money. Like he's a compulsive gambler in real life and in video games if they have gambling. So he always needs money.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he's still around. Yeah, he is.
Nice.
He's not really playing Albion. But if Albion had poker in it or for some
a
form
poker
of
table,
gambling,
yeah,
he would be here 100%. And he would
Gotcha.
be asking for everyone every day for money and cussing you out and saying the worst things you could imagine. Like if you don't give him money and you could have given him, we could have given him 25 mil. An hour later, he's broke and comes up and he's like, saying things about your dead family member or whatever. So.
Just some crazy shit.
That's just like, that's part of his illness too. But like I said, who amongst us is not mentally ill? And you can say, I'm not. Like, I'm sure that you are, bro. Everybody has some mental problems going on.
The best way to explain it is that his energy is the room's energy. Like no matter what's going on.
Oh, you met him, see?
Yeah, plenty of
And
times.
see, I mean, he's probably said horrible things to Seed. I know.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta let this shit just
Like the
you
worst
know.
things you could say to someone.
So that's that's only one of the people that you have around you. Like key people that are like known, you know, that have like a strong personality or whatever. Other people that you have.
What kind of accent is that, KingMoJo? When you said whatever, can you say it again?
What did I say?
Not like you're like a Hispanic, like Dominican guy from like Brooklyn or something.
What word? What word did I say? That
Say whatever.
whatever.
I mean, that's where he grew up, though.
Where you grew up in New York or what?
Yeah, yeah.
For how long though?
8 years.
What age? Like, because if it's like 1 to 8, come on, dude. Like, but
No, I got there at 7 years old, and I left at like 15.
okay, well, that's pretty influential years.
Yeah.
Okay, where did you live in New York?
In Bronx at first, and then we moved to Long Island.
Oh damn, once you got a little money.
My dad
What's
started
that?
making some money,
What's that?
and then we
What's
moved
that?
to Long Island. Yeah.
Once
And
that
then they bought a
Latino
mansion in.
your tobacco store started making some money. Your
Nah.
parents moved to Long Island.
I know Jason's from New York, right?
Yeah, Jason, another guy named Bayside.
What part is Jason from? Do you know?
He lives in Manhattan. He's not from there though, but he lives there.
Gotcha. Yeah, because he sounds southern.
Southern, yeah.
Southern.
Southern?
Southern.
Oh, I mean, listen, Southern.
Southern.
Hey, he's going northwest. I mean, he's going southern. Going southern. Jason, I think Jason's like not from there, but whatever. He lives in Manhattan, so you know he's got some coins. Something. Jason's another interesting dude, but
Lived in China, speaks Chinese.
possibly in
Really?
the CIA, possibly still in the CIA. Who knows?
So, listen, before I actually got the chance to play with you guys, like, you remember when we fought the Chinese together?
That's funny because like everyone's like, oh, Gluttony suck Mojo's dick. Do they not remember?
Dude,
like,
we fought
before you
against each
joined
other for
the
like
dude,
3 years,
you
bro.
literally listen, and you can deny it if you want. I know you hated me for a long time because of what happened in season 1, bro. And you're the type of dude who holds a significant grudge. Am I wrong? I know I'm right. So you were like, because getting revenge, I guess, is part of a video game. But I feel like you definitely killed so many arch and fucked us so many times in many wars. So I mean, like, it's crazy if you're like, you suck KingMoJo's dick. Like, yeah, I did for a hot second. I mean, but
Put your mouth on it
for 5 years, and really, it wasn't like that was just you playing with us. Joining Arch was like a meme. It's not like I came here like, Mojo, please save me. Like,
Yeah, you didn't
didn't,
approach us
Mojo
at
come
all.
to
you came
you?
to me and said, "Hey, can I join Arch?" And I was like,
Exactly.
I was like, "What, are you serious? Like, why would you? Are you okay, bro?" Yeah, you shit on Arch probably more than anyone in this game ever has, and we always tried to fight you. We always said, let's be honest, dude. You didn't not ruin, but you ruled this game for 3 years, probably like 2 years before Queen and the first year of Queen. Like, nothing could top Squad. You guys were in control for so long, and really, like, the only, I guess, eventually, I think we made that coalition to like fight Squad after a year, and like, I remember we were like knocking down BA hideouts and shit. I was like, holy shit, it's actually happening, dude. Like, Dark Bro Snag. I was like, you'll never get evicted, but the age-old adage is, if enough people come for you in a video game like this, you'll lose your shit.
100%.
So eventually, enough people, they weren't scared of, because that's, in the past, it's like, oh, you fuck with Squad, then you're gonna get the revenge thing. You're gonna get, they're gonna shit all over you, do something where you're not gonna get them, and then they're gonna take everything you have, right? Mm-hmm. But eventually, like, for the first time, it was like people, it's like us, POE, Last Warn, whoever else. Finally, for the first time in 3 years, took Squad. You guys weren't the top dogs anymore. Mm-hmm. Now, you did eventually reform and did what you said. I just said, like, got revenge and shit. But yeah,
I never
ruled
hated
this
you,
game,
though.
bro. So I was always down for trying to fight you because you ruled this game, and like, I don't want to say you strangled it, but like, there was not much competition for a long time in this game in open world because of BA. But, hey, if you can do it, more power to you, I guess. I mean, it's Cynic sort of got the same thing going on now, at least with AAA, and like, no one's messing with those guys on those Asian timers. Like, they control the whole game now.
Yeah.
Like, you had both NE and EU locked down, which is pretty crazy.
It was a different game, though. You only needed you didn't
was-
need a
it was-
coalition. It wasn't a coalition type of game before.
It was. What do you think Daddy was, bro?
I mean, but before that, there was like Actually, you're right because we had the coalition with PoE against Money Guild and stuff like that,
Right,
and
course.
then you guys helped Money Guild in season 1. Yeah, so I guess you're right. But I never
But
I never I never hated you though.
you admit that
You
you
do
definitely
understand
hated
that?
on me and you hated
No,
on
I
Arch because
didn't.
what happened is, bro, come on, dude, stop.
No,
And you know what's
no,
crazy
that's
is
not
I should
true.
have taken it now. But I remember
What's
on
up?
that reset day, what's his name? Vincent Vega was like, "Hey, I'll give you a bill if you turn on Derek for NA." And I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm trying to be like a respectable dude here," and I didn't take it, but I should have. Looking back now,
No, I mean I
because
respect
then
that.
I would have been with you. I would have been with Squad, and it would have been a much easier time for the next several years. But
But I literally never had a grudge against you.
okay,
There
all
was
right,
times
bro.
there was times when I didn't
Sure, I
like
mean, we're
you.
yeah,
Yeah, there was
right.
times I didn't
Well,
like you, but I never hated you.
I
Like
mean, what
it
does that mean
takes
you don't like someone? I don't think there's anyone I don't like not like. I think I've gotten to the point now
really.
where I'm mature enough in video games where like there's no one I really don't like. Like, I mean, who like Fran Lee like took the name EKMS? I don't care, dude. Whatever. I mean, I don't get fazed by stuff anymore. Like, I just don't,
Yeah, but
whatever.
that doesn't mean you like them, right? Like you
But I
can
don't dislike them. I don't dislike them. I'm just like neutral. It's like, all right, whatever.
you're indifferent.
I
You're
would hang
indifferent.
out with everybody. I would hang out with everybody. My worst enemy in
Yeah.
this game, I would hang out with them and be friends with them. Enemy. That's why I really don't have too many enemies. It's like I don't talk shit really. I don't have an ego. Just in this game, I'm here to have fun. But in other
Yeah, but you have to
games, yeah,
understand,
I was
Glad.
a
You have
horrible
to
person in other
understand.
games when I was younger. But
Yeah, but
but yeah, I
Glad.
think I'm mature enough now where it's like I don't dislike anybody in Albion. I can't think of someone I dislike.
Yeah, but you have to understand, Glad. You're a different type of person, you know. Because, for
I'm
example,
old,
to
right? I'm
do
old, bro.
no,
Yeah.
no, like to do what you do. Because, for example, Syndic leads a coalition, right? I've led coalitions before, big alliances, whatever. That's hard. But I mean, I don't think anybody, not me, not Syndic, not Derek, not anybody can do what you do with Arch because the level of patience you need there is 100 times more.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Just because it's a lot of people, but it's also so many different guilds, and like, I mean, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm used to it by now, I guess. So I don't really. Sometimes I think about it, it's like, damn, I should just fucking quit and like have so much more free time. And I'm not even playing the game, like free time. I'm just saying like not doing work Discord and not that kind of stuff. But
How many
I'm
messages
just
do you
used
get a
to.
day? How many messages do you get a day?
It's about 100 different PMs.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot, but probably I'm sure Syndic probably gets like similar amount, and you probably did. But
Yeah.
I've just been doing it now, for 5 years, where it's like I know every morning I wake up. At some point, I gotta spend an hour answering PMs, and then at some point at night, I gotta spend like another hour answering PMs. Otherwise, if you go a day or two, bro, then it really gets out of control.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch up.
Because then it's like you get depressed for a day, and it's like I'm not gonna fuck this. I'm just gonna go to sleep or jerk off, and then it's like it's overwhelming because it's like, hey, can I join your guild? And it was like 3 days ago, or can I join your alliance? And then they block you because I didn't hear back from you. Like, what kind of kind of leader are you, or something like that? I'm like, dude, like I was here fucking hang myself in front of my kids in a game.
Does the weed help with the messages and stuff like that? Like getting like 200
Sometimes,
messages
yeah.
and
Sometimes
shit?
well, it's weed in general gives me energy. So I mean, in that aspect, but
Do you think
yeah.
that would have helped if I was like smoking weed during the Albion
Different for
days?
everybody, bro. Different for everybody. I don't know. I mean, did you? How many PMs were you getting? Did you answer? I try to answer everybody too, because like I'm nothing special. So like, yeah, if someone asks me a question, I'll try to respond to everybody. I don't know if you were the same way or not, but
I mean, I tried, but like, I mean, on a lot of messages, like for example, on certain days I would get 200 plus when I was playing Albion, and then average would be like 100, like you said, like 100.
yeah. But you're also a lot cooler than I am. So,
Nah,
did you ever get any chicks from Albion or no?
nah, man, I'm still a virgin.
It's crazy.
But
I never, and I still don't even understand that whole thing with like the tire slasher. I like tried to follow it, and I just like couldn't really. I'm like too stupid to really understand. And it's like, is it real? Is it fake? I don't even really care. I just remember Raven Sky just like involved. I was like,
oh man, don't even. We don't
I'm
mention that
not
name
gonna
here,
get
bro.
into it.
We don't mention that name here, bro.
Right. Okay. She was always
We're having
cool,
technical
but-
difficulties.
She was wasn't she an Arch? She
She was
started
an
in
Arch. Yeah,
Arch.
she was an Arch for a long time. for
Way
sure.
at the start.
In the
OG
start.
stuff.
In the start.
Yeah.
You can't see the crazy early enough sometimes, bro. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just know she always had like a kid in the background, which I was like, but
Yeah, but we were
Well,
saying
I got
before.
kids too. I mean, I got fucking kids too. So it's like, I
Does
understand.
Albion fuck with your time from your family and stuff like that? Or
I mean, I just can't play like I used to. I got 2 little kids now, so it's kind of tough. I mean, my wife, I can't breastfeed. My tits are big enough, so she does a lot, but at the same time, I gotta like help out too. And I wish I could, before you have kids, like you can do whatever you want. You can play all day and play all night. It's a little bit less time. But I still try to make time to get on the game every day and play, and at night when they're asleep or whatever. But
what's your schedule like? Like, do you have
so
do you have a
maybe I try
tight
to play like
schedule?
I don't have a set schedule, but I try to put in like
Pretty
an
much.
hour. I try to play like during the day, maybe 1 or 2 hours if I can, and then at night I try to get on for like 2 or 3 hours every night. Some nights like fuck,
But is it scheduled playtime? Like, yo,
No, it's not like, hey guys, on Tuesday the 13th, I'm gonna be on from 7 p.m. to no. It's like to expect me for the nighttime. I'm getting on at like 3 or 4 UTC, staying on for a couple
I
hours.
remember when we were in Arch, and I would look at the Discord at like, for me it was super late, and my sleep schedule was fucked
it's
during
probably like 4
Albion.
UTCs or whatever that is. It's
And you would always take a group like caravanning or ganking or something, and
yeah.
a couple times I would join the comms just to see what's going on, to watch the stream on Discord, or like should I jump in? Is there content, stuff like that? And you're like a dad to these dudes, bro. Like they're all asking you questions and shit, and you were just chill with everybody, pretty much. So
I mean,
I just
try to
imagine
be-
you smoking a blunt, just chilling.
I never tried. One thing I hate is people who are like, they got power or whatever, and they let it go to their head. And like, dude, I love Friendly for a long time, but that's why he like an arch part of his, because he was like flexing on people, like kicking them out and like banning them, and it's like I'm like, dude, like chill out, like bro. It's like, but some people get that power and it goes right to their head, and they act like they're better than everyone else. I don't know. I'm not cool with that. And it's the same thing like in real life too. You got power, you got money. Some people treat others differently.
Bro, we always have this debate, or this discussion. Like for example, with Magic Mark, with Africa, everybody who jumped in with Uncle Ruckus. We did 3 interviews. You're the 4th. But we brought it up every single interview. And what's your opinion on that, bro? Do you think people are who they are in game in real life, or completely different?
I would say most people are probably completely different.
Really?
Yeah, because I think like for a lot of people, online they can be like you can act however you want online with no consequence. I mean, some consequence, but in real life, like obviously it's all the shit talkers and stuff like that. They're not going to say anything in real life. You know what I mean? Like or people, some people flex their power in here and then they're like bums in real life or whatever. So I try to be the same person in real life in video game, but I think that's why I don't like have an ego in this game. I don't, you know what I mean? It's like we're playing a game. Like try to have ego death, and it's like take some ketamine and rise above your character and see like, hey, you're playing a cell phone game. Chill out, bro. Like, and of course, like sometimes I'll say in the middle of PvP. Even for me, like I get, I'll just go crazy and start yelling. But like as soon as that fight's over, bro, I'm like, sorry for being a moron. I think maybe when you're in, this sounds stupid, but when you're in PvP in this game, it almost like triggers that like sense of like fighting, in you, where it's like it's so serious and it's like, But some people, like I said, take that power to their head. I don't think they would do that in real life. You talk
they
shit.
changed for sure. They changed for
so
sure.
many people talk shit in this game. I mean, it's like, come on, dude. Like, we're, So, I think people are pretty different, probably. Really? I try not to be. I try to be myself. Now, like I said.
Where does that come from? That you're so chill.
I try not to take
is it from when you were younger?
Just in general, not even a game thing, but I think a lot of people take themselves so seriously. And this is so serious and that's so serious. Like nothing is really that serious except for like being sick and dying, or like, being broke and not being able to, those are things that are serious. Cancer, nothing in here is serious.
Where'd you get that perspective though? That's what I'm asking. Like, where did you get that perspective? Like, was it when you were younger?
Like 20 years of smoking weed. I mean, I used to be like an uptight little,
Gotcha.
Here's a funny thing. I used to worry so much about everything. It's like middle school. Yeah. I would worry so bad. I would go to a restaurant with my family, like Applebee's. I'm like, chicken tenders. And then I worry so much about having to go to the bathroom that I would like force myself to have to go to the bathroom. So on the ride home, I make my parents pull over to the gas station. I have like fucking massive shit in there. And the doctors were like, "Ah, you're worrying too much." And then it wasn't really until I started smoking. True story. It wasn't really until I started, like, you can make yourself worry yourself to fucking take a shit, apparently, is the moral of that story. But it wasn't until I started smoking a little pot that I, like, chilled out and relaxed. And, you know, I still worry about the big things, love and you know, career, like, having, being financially stable and, you know, not being sick and trying to be healthy. But everything else really does not matter so much. Like, be happy and make sure your you know, your basic minimums are met, and then don't stress the small stuff.
Yeah, Mr. Doja, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it.
The end. Thanks for coming, my time.
So listen, because today we see the finished product, right? We see the finished product. We see GluttonySDS here. But when you were playing UO and stuff like that, were you this patient with people? Like,
No, I'm probably not. No, I wasn't.
were you
I
more
was
hardcore?
younger.
Were you playing like 10 hours a
Yeah.
day, 20 hours a day?
I was playing more for sure, but I was way more strict, and, like, you know, I would always welcome people, but you know, I was definitely
Yeah, Mr.
a
Doja,
younger
thank you
man
again,
and,
bro.
like,
Thank you so
you
much. I
know,
really appreciate it, bro.
getting angrier and stuff over UO and stuff. But
How
at the
did-
same time, even towards the end of UO, I chilled out a little bit. So I think, you know, once I got older, I was like, what do I have to prove in a video game? So
How did you interact with the older people in the game? I remember you telling me how you dealt with them.
what do you mean?
You said that you used to like when you were younger, if you found out.
Oh
that you
yeah,
were
so when I was
older.
like a kid,
Yo,
first started playing
Felly,
UO, it was funny.
Felly and Samuel, thank you guys
know,
so much, man.
We'd be like,
Thank you guys so
come up
much for
on
coming,
someone
man.
in the game and be like, hey, how old are you? And for us, we were like 18 or 19 or 20.
Really, really
If they
appreciate
were like
you guys,
older
man.
than
Thank you
30,
guys so
we'd
much,
kill
bro.
them. And if they were younger, like our age, we would let them live. Yeah, that was a weird little anecdote, kind of out of nowhere. But yeah, I think with age comes a little wisdom and maturity, and you don't get stressed out so much. Not true for everybody, but those who knew me in Ultima, I was probably way less chill.
Were you like hardcore? Like, you see a lot of people in Albion today that are trying to, for example, when I started playing Albion, I didn't play
no,
shit.
because I was never like, you know, on Albion's like, you gotta have 50 million PvP fee and get in this guild, and you gotta play 8 days. No, I was never like that. I said, always model myself like, hey, you're casual, come play. You're a noob, come play. But you know, oh, you don't have a.
Yo, holy shit, Lord Biggles, thank you so much, brother.
Oh, you're on a T3 horse.
Yo.
That's it, you're out.
Boys, thank you so much, man. Holy shit.
So I was like that kind of strict. Makes sense. But even then, like, I really wasn't. Like, I'm always been forgiving of people because, like I said, you know, who cares? Like, we're playing a game, so you want to play with me? Great. Like, you know, as long as you're not robbing people or being super scummy, most things are forgivable.
So the only reason you're on Albion today is because if you hadn't gotten banned off UO, you would you say you would still be on there?
Yeah, probably. If the server owner was cool and instead of like trying to get rid of me was like, hey, you know, I'm getting a lot of complaints about your guild, like maybe you could, you know, I was like, if he came to me and was like, hey, I'll work with you, you know, then I probably would still be playing UO. Probably, you know, I don't know. But yeah, once he like banned us, we had no choice but to go 100% full time on this game, and I'm glad I did. Though it's cool playing a real game with like a real company. Like, you know, I'm still waiting. The only reason I'm still playing this game, and I've said it before, I'm hoping that there will be an Albion convention one day, like
a meetup,
right? Like a SBI, like, hey, you know, we're gonna come to Germany or Las Vegas, wherever it is, an Albion convention, and like. 19 people will go, but I'll be one of them, and somehow there will be an e-girl there who'll be like, wow, you're gluttony, aren't you? And I'll get my fucking dick sucked. That's the only reason I'm still playing this game.
Would anybody...
But it's cool, like I said, because it's like a real company, so I guess there's like a chance that they could do something like that, because the SBI's got to be making like good money on this game, I would think. Like,
would anybody try to fight you?
I have no idea, but you think that like they're making decent money for it?
100%, 100%. Microtransactions.
Like the game's been out for 5 years, they're not spending a ton, and like I know they got bought out by a venture capitalist, so those dudes like they could have an Albion convention or whatever, and it's like, hey, come to the 10 o'clock rave, and it's like or whatever, right? And that's where like I'm getting my fucking hand job on the dance floor.
Would anybody try to fight you?
I hope not. I mean, maybe. I mean, dude.
Do you think Friendly would just come in swinging and shit?
These kind of games, some people can't handle them, like, and so you gotta be careful because some people will. You know, I've had someone give death threats saying like the only way to take out Arch is to kill me in real life. So you know, you probably have to be aware. But I would hope that. You know, I certainly would never.
I don't think that person's gonna be able to afford to come. period.
You'd be surprised. There's some. I mean, you know, this game certainly has all walks of life. So
That
I would
rich
pay for
person-
Archer's Non's ticket.
right,
That
I would
rich
too, probably.
person
I would
is
too.
not going to risk their well-being to hurt you over a video game. I'm sure.
Maybe you'd be surprised though. I mean, there's some.
You
some
think so?
sickos. I don't know, but
I know
anyway,
Quick
so
Swipe stuff.
I would
I
hope
might
there'd be
slap
no
Quick
fights,
Swipe.
but you know, people get drunk, people fight, so could be, I guess. You come into my hotel room, it's weed only, bro.
Bro, I need security if I show up to one of those, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm sure you've gotten like threats and like, you know, listen, like I said, you can make someone have a bad day in real life over this game because some people, you know, take it way too seriously, and this game, you know, you kill them and they're like raging, screaming, smashing their keyboard. So you do that enough, people could actually develop like serious hatred for you. I'm sure there's, you know, maybe I have a few, I hope not, but I'm sure Mojo, you probably have a lot of people that actually hate you and probably would want to fight you if they met you. You know,
Oh, 100%.
It's sad to think about, but I'm sure there are some.
100%, bro. But I don't like.
I don't think so. That's the thing. I think
Really?
you guys are. Yeah, I don't think that somebody is actually going to approach a convention with you for that reason. Because look, if it would happen so much more in the fighting game community, to be honest, than it would over at MMO.
Really? Like Street Fighter? And
Hell
shit?
yeah, hell yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I've seen it.
In 2 weeks, I played those games competitively. You gotta be Asian or black to be good at fighting games. There's no good white guys.
What if everybody
That's
just met
true.
up and had a good time and partied, and then
I
we're
guarantee
friends,
that
all the
that would
content
really
we
Hope
happen.
for, but I, you know, hey, I'm skeptical of that. I feel like there would be some sicko out there that would, you know.
And you know what?
In
If
Portal
that's
South, I'm gonna hear it, and they try to stab me or something.
if that's how you feel, we'll form a circle and y'all can slap box or something, right? Like, get it out, get it out.
I guess, but yeah, I would hope there'd be no fights. I hope it'd be more chill. And like I said, yeah, I'd hang out with anybody.
Who would you want to meet up with?
Archer's not for sure.
Oh, you guys never met up.
Nah, he lives in Memphis. I'm up in Baltimore.
Besides him.
I mean, that's just you know, people that I've been playing with for a long time.
Did you ever meet up with Jason?
Nope.
I know Seed wanted to meet up with you soon,
I
right?
gotta meet up with like Seed, Poppins, Mute.
I almost did. I was in DC, but like it was just been so hard to
Tidweave,
do
yeah,
that, like,
whoever. Like I would meet with anybody. Like I mean, listen, it's a weird thing to say, but the people that if you're playing a video game with someone and in voice comms, you're hanging out with them every day. Like yeah, not physically, but you're hanging out with them every day. So like they're your good friends in a way, which is so. Yeah, I'd want to hang out with anyone that I'm playing with for a long time, or hang out with, you know, have some sort of bond with from playing with. I would certainly want to meet up with them.
Some weed and some alcohol make the world go round, man. You know
Anyone want to come down to Baltimore, play basketball, and smoke a blunt? Like once my feet heal, I'm down. I'm down this summer.
How'd you meet? Like, okay, I was gonna ask this question before, but I think I forgot. Or we went into something else. But basically, before we actually ended up playing with each other, I only knew you guys through videos and stuff like that. I never really talked to you on comms much, right? Before we actually played with each other. I never actually.
Your accent's crazy. It's like after we play with each other, yo. It's just I forget that you grew up in New York. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. Is it that bad?
Sorry,
It's not that bad, right?
I mean, it's very noticeable to me, but maybe it's because I don't expect it. That's why it stands out. I'm sorry for interrupting you, though. Go ahead.
Gotcha. But for example, the thing I would always hear is that the arch comms were always crazy, you know. So I would look forward to videos, and I would hear like Lint Liquor, Jason, Friendly, all these guys talking shit. Where did you meet these guys? Jason, Lint Liquor, Fran.
From UO. They're all in my guild on
All
UO.
of them?
Fran played UO, but he was a PvEer in the UO. But Lint played PvP with us, and Jason did. And I don't know, just they all came over. Same with Poppins on the tanks. So that's right. I met all those guys in UO, and they came over. But yeah, I mean, Arch Comms, it's like I can't imagine. I mean, maybe it'd be cool, I guess. But if you're in like, nothing to me would be worse than being in a Discord in a ZVZ, not being able to talk, can't say anything, everyone's muted. Yeah, listen to some 19-year-old kid like, you know, yell at you, and then you die anyway, and they still can't talk. Like at least in Arch, if you die, like, you know, everyone's talking and you know, but yeah, so it's just part of the whole chill thing. It's like
that was actually why I wanted to become squad leader in Arch at first, was because we were in muted comms when I first got there. and I couldn't talk. It felt terrible. That's why I've never been a fan of it.
But yeah, so that way, win or lose, like, you know, people are still having fun, and that's ultimately what games are about. Like I always said, this Arch is by no means the best at PvP, not the worst either, but I think that the Arch playing with Arch is probably the most fun you can have in this game. Like, I'm biased, obviously, but it's very different from anything else. So,
I think you're not wrong. Like
Yeah.
at least for the short time we were there, that shit was fun as fuck.
like everyone's got their own competitive, like, some guild may be the best at PvP, some guild may be the best at, economy or whatever. Some alliance, whatever, they have all of their thing. Arch, I feel like it's the most fun. That's what we have going. People don't stay in Arch because it's like the best at PvP. People stay in Arch because it's the most fun thing you can do in this game. I mean, part of this game is playing with other people and having fun and interacting with the comms. So that's, what Arch is. It's fun. It's like, not only that, the coolest thing for me is so many people from so many different countries. Like, when did I ever think I would hang out with someone from, Malaysia or Ecuador? So it's cool just interacting and having those experiences. That's what makes this game fun, in my opinion. So it's important to have that as a fun environment.
The fact that people don't stay in Arch because it's the most try-hard ZVZ guild or the flavor of the month or whatever.
But those dudes just hop around from thing to thing anyway. It's like, okay, I'm going to join, Elevate now, and then whatever the new flavor, I'm going to go to Consequence or whatever. People just hop around, and then, but some people are like, wow, dude, this is actually unlike anything else. Like, why would I be in Escalation over Bella Ella or Elevate? Like, they're all the same kind of thing. They're really, they're all the same thing, like try hard, but so that's why Arch is, has people that stay in Arch, because you're not going to find this anywhere else.
Yeah. How often do you guys ZVZ?
Who is that? What is that? The Whisper
That's
Man?
Smokey. That's Smokey.
He's high as fuck right now.
I don't know if you remember Smokey, Glad. He's
from
he's
BA?
one of my guys. Yes. He stopped playing like 2 years ago.
Probably died to him 100 times. We ZVZ all the time, and like the big CTAs, I don't know, once a day or something like that. I'm trying not to have too many because, at the end, again, it's a game and not real life. It's not your job. So to have to be on 4 or 5 times a day, every day, that's just, and we've had that in Arch before, but to me, that's too much. So try to get like one fight a day because, it gives people something to do, but there's always like other fights going on in Arch too, because people know, like, come to where Arch is and you'll see a lot of people to kill, and then those people, you kill them, and then they come back with more people, and then so there's always like fights going on. Actually, I prefer like the smaller scale fights, like the orb fights and the vortex fights, than I do the big CTAs. Big CTAs, dude, a lot of times are not that cool.
You never liked those, huh? You never ever liked those.
I like them. They're cool, but you mass up for an hour. Don't get a fight sometimes. Cluster queue. We just like you run from each other because, hey, like, they got more people, or we're not going to beat them, or whatever reason. So I don't like the whole mass up for an hour and then not have, But sometimes you do get those awesome fights where it's like, that was, the most fun 5 minutes I've had in a month or two. But you can have that same. I mean, I feel like a 30v30 is also fun, or a 40v40 is also,
especially if it's organic. Yeah, if it's organic.
Right, exactly. It's right. Even the setup fights get a bad rap. Like, a setup fight's not a bad thing. Like, it's still, everyone's like, oh, nice setup fight, loser. But like, it's still fun.
Yo, Lord Biggies, thank you so much, bro. I just saw it, man. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, if it's organic, like or in Orb, and it's like, hey, they got
thank you so much for the prime,
23, and we got 36. Like, whatever. Those are crazy fights.
Smokey, does Glut sound like the type of dude? Would you smoke a blunt with him?
Yeah, hell yeah.
100%?
Yeah, what kind of blunts you smoke? Where are you from, Smokey?
Sweden.
Oh.
He's a Habibi, but he lives in Sweden though.
Well, that's like everyone in Europe now. There's no white people. It's like, oh, like it was like, what's the best food in London? And it's like kebab. I was like, what the hell? But maybe that's just because like British food sucks. Maybe that's why.
It's all right though.
But it's like every city. It's like Denmark, or they all like the best food, the kebab. Yeah, it's like, oh, kebab. Okay. But I get it. Like, if I lived in the Middle East, I probably want to get out of there too, I guess.
I mean, Smokey, he's been through some shit this year. I'm not gonna go into it. Obviously, it's his private life, but he completely stopped all that stuff. Do you still smoke weed though, right, Smoke?
No.
You stopped that too?
Yeah, I no one wants to sell to me.
That's the problem.
No. Everyone know what I've been through,
Yeah. Oh, they're looking out for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Like really, there's no way I can get a pill or a blunt or.
The motherfucker did so much drug. He always sounds like he's on drugs. It's crazy.
Bro, you gotta be a different type of dude for every dealer in town not to want to sell to you, just because they.
You're gonna have to start wearing disguises.
Just because.
Yo, smoke is coming. Hide all the good shit. Quick.
You don't wear glasses and a mustache, a little fake voice, pull up on a dealer.
Oh shit!
I know that
But
you,
for all
Smokey.
my friends, all my friends, you know, all my friends is smoking.
Oh man, do they smoke in front of you and shit?
Nah, they smoke, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
but no one gives to me.
Oh, cool. Nice to talk to you, Smokey.
Oh, sad.
But bro,
And
can
sorry
I
about
join
whatever you were going
4.1?
through, man. That's kind of, hope things are good for you now.
Yeah, it's all good, no, bro.
What's up, Smokey? Did you have another question, bro?
Can I join with 4.1 gear?
Uh,
Oh, that's the Arch Special. You're welcome. Come on in.
come on, yeah. Why such high tier? Why not flat 4?
No, I'm joking, bro.
Shout out to Muty EQMS. I guess he's banned from here or something. I don't know.
You know, before I'm on my other character that I got banned on, I had 8.3 masterpiece gear.
Nice. So,
Remember
Mojo,
What's up, bro?
can I ask? I don't know how much longer is going on, but are you gonna get unbanned or like what's the deal with that?
We don't know.
No.
We'll
I guess
see.
my other
We'll
question
see
is
down
like,
the line, bro.
how come some people get banned and they're allowed to play again and others are not?
That's a good question, bro.
I'm
I
banned
was
for
asking,
200
or like,
years.
I mean, obviously you're not getting your like name KingMoJo back and your stuff, but like, can't you just make another character and they're probably like not gonna search you out? Like, isn't that only Dirtine and only because he was like talking shit on SBI?
Well, the thing is, actually, I'm not
Like,
gonna,
I mean,
I'm not gonna talk
like
about
for
that.
example, like look at LeBron, bro. Like everyone knows he's been banking before. Like everyone knows.
I mean,
And, like,
Shows it
obviously,
knows. Shows it knows.
Yes,
right, obviously,
everybody
and they
knows.
call him LeBron. Like they call him, they go to his care. Was it? It's pull up day, and they go, there's LeBron. Like you and whatever. You know, I got nothing against him, but like, why can't I don't understand? Like, it's weird to me that is so openly allowed, but like, I feel like you can probably come
Why
back
did you
and
get
people
banned,
can know
Mojo?
it's you, and you still be allowed to play.
Imagine getting permaban because you know somebody that got banned. That's just ridiculous.
Mojo, why did you get banned?
Have you not tested that theory yet?
You think
Smokey,
they're
I got
gonna ban you?
banned. I got banned because I was harboring an RMT, which was Dirtine, pretty much.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm
But
sure
have
you-
you?
No,
have
not you
not
too,
made
bro.
another-
What you mean me
Have
too?
you not made
I-
another account and
I-
started playing to test that you're not going to get?
No,
banned?
Yeah,
never.
like what,
Nah,
Man,
not-
I was
I don't
Look,
want
I
to. I don't want to
understand,
do
like,
that. I don't want to do that.
you don't want to get like 6 months into
when
it
I
and then
got
just
out, when
ban
I
you
got
out
out
of
from
nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. There's no point.
when I got out,
But no, like with that whole thing, bro. Like, and I like Andrew. I like Andrew. I think he's hilarious. But when I saw on Albion TV, they're just showing him, you know, like no fucks given. Then for sure, like the
They call
questions
him
you're asking.
LeBron too, obviously.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe maybe you can, man. Just maybe try it out and
Yeah,
like
we'll see
maybe
one
they do
day.
ban you.
Maybe
Yeah,
we chalk it up to
100%.
time served or something, right? Like,
Yeah, one day,
No.
bro. Let me ask you, by the way, because I didn't get to ask you before. What happened because you said Friendly has the tag EQMS in his guild's name. What happened there? Because you guys were together for so long.
He made a guild. He had Lynx Guard, and then he like made a guild called EQMS. So I was like, maybe you're gonna be an arch, like because like EQMS is the name of my UO guild, right? But then like he like I said, some people who like I said they act different in real life. Like, he like let his power get to his head and was like causing all kinds of problems. Like because like he's trying to be addicted to people. I'm like, bro, I really like I try to give him 100 chances because he's always my boy and we played together for a long time. But I really it's one of my things I can't stand is like people flexing power on other people. It's like, bro, like you know how sad that is. Like we're all like I said, we're all losers. So don't try to like flex like some Discord rank or whatever on someone else. And eventually we just he wouldn't stop and we just sort of parted ways. We kept the name EQMS and I was like at first I was like, what? But who cares? Whatever. Like it's a guild name. If that's what makes him happy, go for it. EQMS, bro. Now, truth be told, he didn't PvP on UO where EQMS came from, but whatever, EQMS. Every blank must suffer.
Would you consider that stolen valor?
I think it's funny. One thing I do think is funny is apparently he like asks people the same 3 questions. It's like, bro, do you just want to change your name to Gluttony? Like he's asking people how they are, where they're from, and their drug of choice or something. But like I said, I got nothing against family. I mean, whatever, bro. I don't hold grudges in this game. I don't get emotional. Something like that. It's not gonna bother me.
But is that as triggered as we're ever gonna see Glut? Like when somebody who
No,
you've been with for a long
So like I
time?
said, it happened when like 6 months ago. If it happened maybe in 2017, like last time I really got triggered was when Snackser left. But at that point, I was like, shit, because he was like, we were super tight, and then
Yeah.
that whole thing with like Yuki and like the e-dating thing and like CQO, it was so long ago. But like he sort of left, and I was like, damn, that was like my right hand man. And I think after that, I
Wait,
realized
Snackser, you dated Yuki?
I think
I'm
he
not gonna
tried, right? I think he tried.
something like that. Yeah, but she was like married. I was like, dude, you
Oh,
don't.
that explains why
No,
he's
she's
nice so
married.
much.
And I kind of, at the time I was like, this like that, what a betrayal. But like, dude, I mean, I don't get worked up. I think I after that, I calmed down from that. I was like, nothing's gonna phase me in this game. I'm not gonna get worked up over stuff again. So no, I didn't really get worked up over family. I wish he had stayed. I mean, as like I said, we played together for a long time. But whatever, next man up. I don't try to stress on people who leave. I try to always focus my energy on people who are still here. So.
I mean, dude, I wish I had that type of patience, bro. Because I'm not like when.
You get too angry and you want to hold
No, I don't
grudges
get too angry.
and-
No,
bro.
no, I don't get too angry at all. I'm more in. I'm not as chill as you, but I'm more in the middle. Like I don't rage. Like if somebody fucks me over, I'm not gonna lose sleep about it. But
You
I'm
will
not.
go after. You will
Yeah,
go.
yeah, exactly. I'll
Revenge,
go
man.
after.
I just don't even care. It's like whatever.
And then next season,
Exactly.
work with them.
Right. Well, I mean, that's how. Look, in terms of this game, that's how it always works. It's like
Yeah, you
fight with
can't take it
someone one time,
personal.
and
You
then
can't take
you're
it
friends the
personal.
next. Right. So
But is it
people always
different
make
from
it a
other
special
games,
one.
Glub? Because you played Darkfall, you
No, it's
played.
no. That's why it's human nature, bro. You're always gonna do what you think is best for you. Even in real outside of games too, like relationships, right? You're only in a relationship because of how it benefits you, really. So, same thing in this game. Like your friend, maybe it benefits you to be enemies of someone and then work with them the next day. So.
No, but what I mean is, because for example, I know when I played in beta, you know how like for example how you guys moved to Albion. So as a community, you guys moved to Albion together. So in beta, when the beta came out for Albion, all these communities started coming from all these different games, right? So how it is today is kind of like you said. It's mostly a bunch of guilds that are too similar to each other, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
And
what's the difference between like they're all pretty much the same. Like, so
very, very similar. I agree with you.
like, that's why they disband so easily when the next one forms. I
Yeah.
think so. There's not
So
much that it separates them from others.
yeah. So my question is, well, in beta, first of all, in beta, it was all communities, right? So it wasn't like today that, for example, if you G quit, you're joining the other side, and nobody cares. It wasn't really like that in beta. In beta, it was like if two guilds were at war, I've never seen more than like 2, 3 people switch sides, and it was like that for like a straight year. You know, why do you think that is? Like, because I didn't really play MMOs,
Maybe because
right?
in beta, like people it didn't matter as much. They knew it was getting wiped, but like I think it's, like I said, it's just human nature. People, and if you you kicked me out, well, I'm gonna do what I can to fight you. It's like how many people leave Arch, and then the first thing they do is like come try to like kill Arch. Like I hate Arch, bro. It's like we were just like sucking Arch is so. I think it's just human nature. Like people like get the revenge thing. It's like you kicked me out or you made fun of me or whatever. Now I'm gonna join the enemy. It's like okay.
People
I
like
think
to
it's just
win too, so they're just
think
gonna
it's
go to whatever side's
right.
winning.
Right.
They like winning.
That's awesome
You
too.
log into the game to win.
What's your opinion on Queen update?
But is that really a win if you're carried? I don't get it.
My opinion on Queen, like
Before
Honey
and
Tang?
after, like, do you like
Yeah,
it better?
I think it's definitely better. It still got problems though because what was it, 5 people, in the old GVG thing or 10 or whatever. In the new ZBZ thing, there's still like an elitist thing going on where it's like you want to have like 75 people or 80 people or 100 people, and you don't really want many more than that. If you can get like 100 good ass players and all high gear, then that's the strongest meta. Because if you get too many, your debuff goes up and you can't do damage, right? So to me, like the whole debuff thing is like they put that in there to appease the GVG crowd when Queen came out, because they're like, oh, everything's gonna be ruled by Zergs now. Well, everything still is ruled by Zergs, but now it's like ruled by the Zerg with the best bangers, and you know, and the least amount of people, like the best 100 bangers. Whoever has the best 100 bangers is gonna win. You could have 300 people really, and you know, you're gonna have a much tougher time, which doesn't make sense because they just put that, you know, that debuff in so Zergs aren't too powerful. But like I said, Zergs are still too powerful, right? It's always gonna be about Zerging. It's always gonna be about politics. It's always gonna be about, you know, who can build an army, and it shouldn't be about who can have the most elite 80 people, right? If you, in my opinion, if you have 300 people and you're going against 80, it should be very difficult for that 80 to win.
100%.
Now it's like almost you're at an advantage if you're fighting 80 versus 300, as long as you have like bangers. So I think there's still problems with Queen because of that. Just, you know, you have these elitist groups and like they become so strong and then they get so rich because like it, you know, they can whatever win. It used to be like you control the cities, right? Like when, you know, when it was like when BA was on top, you guys control those cities. Like how's anyone supposed to compete with your money and your force? And it's almost like that now with like the guilds like Elevate. It's like, how you gonna beat them, bro? Most people don't even fight them. I mean, yeah, you can beat them, but when they bring everybody, they got unlimited money now too because the crafting, it becomes very difficult. Whereas, in my opinion, with a no debuff thing, then like you can start to use numbers to overcome skill gap. You can't really do that so much now. So I would like to see the game move in that direction where it's like less like the best players playing together, and more so like, hey, you know, yeah, you got 80 of the best players, but you know, I got 150 average players or 300 bad ones, and all three are viable things.
Yeah, it's different times before, you know. And
yeah, every different times. I mean, back in the day too, you know, it was like 5 players. So I guess at least it's gone from 5 to 75 or whatever it is. But
like,
you
I
also see a
remember,
lot more guilds owning though. A lot more guilds on territories now though.
That's
Before
true.
it was just literally the same guilds owning everything.
Yeah. It still is, I think, pretty much.
Yeah, but like now it's just like it's the same side. Now it's still like 2 sides, 3 sides, let's say, but it's just at a much larger scale, right? But I think before it was more hardcore, bro. I still think before it was more hardcore.
People are always going to do whatever helps them win the best. So hand holding and stuff, that's never going to go away. So I don't know why SBI tries to put in mechanics to stop hand holding or to stop grouping up. Like you should reward people if you can keep 300 people together. Like that's not an easy thing to do. Like you said, you shouldn't be punished for having that. I just think, you know, I think the debuff is kind of smart in that respect. And if you remember when they put that stuff in, the debuff and the point sharing, it was like to try to like, oh, we don't want Zergs to control the game. We're moving away from GVG,
Yo,
but
Nino,
I promise
thank
you
you
guys
so
like
much.
Zergs. Like
Thanks
all
so
that
much,
shit
man.
now is like, hey, let's abuse the debuff or let's
I really
abuse
appreciate it.
this or let's abuse that. I prefer more of the sandbox style, but you know, SBI's in charge. I guess they're gonna, you know.
I mean, bro, we came like back in the day. We used to play with no debuff, 0 debuff, which is people today wouldn't believe it, you know. But they don't understand. It's a lot more fair. It's a lot more fair.
Right. It's a lot more fair. Right. Then you can just have like this elitist guild like shit on everyone because hey, you know, we're gonna do outnumber us. Well, then you're not going to do any damage, and we're also better players than you, and we're in better gears. It's kind of like stupid, but
it even feels worse for like, let's say a BA, right? Let's say we went out with 40 people, and today we went to Red Tree. We could easily fight 100 arch with 40 BA, right? Because debuff.
It's right, and then right.
So
you know,
so I wouldn't even be as proud to do it today just because of that. Because back in the day, if
back in the day when you guys were winning outnumbered, it was
we deserved
impressive.
it, yeah.
Right, for sure.
Like you would deserve it more.
Like, okay, you're winning outnumbered. You have a 25 debuff. The enemy has 50%. They're casuals, and you're also like 300 IP more than them. Like hey, congrats, I guess. But there's a lack of incentive for also in this game, which is just true because people want the easiest for the best groups to fight each other. So you're asked what's the difference between this game and other games. In Darkfall and other games like that I played, a lot of times you would get like ridiculed if you were the best guild and you weren't fighting the other top guilds. And in Albion, you like rarely see it because I don't know if it's people would they just don't want to. Why take a fight where you might lose when you got to guarantee?
Yeah, I mean you're 100% right. You're 100% right. By the way, we've been going for, let's see how long we've been going for. We've been going
Yeah,
for
I mean,
an hour and a half,
this
something
is, like
like
I
that.
said, like what losers we are. Like my kids are neglected right now.
Do you want to take a couple questions from the chat?
Sure. Let's do a couple questions in the chat.
All right, chat. Let's see. Best questions. Pick out some questions if you can. Yeah. Did anybody message you some questions, Seed? Or
No,
no?
I don't think anybody had any decent questions.
It's only numbers. Well, then Arch and PoE with their 10K people would rule the world. Until someone else got more numbers with them, right? I mean, that's the whole idea. It's like politics is what rules this game, and it always will, for sure. So people call it hand owning, but it's really just like politics and working together, and that's kind of what makes the game cool too. It's like the backstabbing and the politics, and this guild's dropping out, and now we're gonna go to war here, but.
The drama.
I always feel like instead of things like debuff, player problems can be solved by player solutions. So one group gets too strong, well then team up and take them out, right? You don't need to have some sort of thing where it's like, oh, well, you're doing 50% less damage if you have 250 people. I'm really fat, bro. I broke both my feet. I literally broke both my feet. Stress fractures from walking.
Someone asked on a scale of 1 to 10, how gay are you? But
I mean, we're all a little gay, right? Like you jerk off to porn with another man's dick in it. So I guess I'm just 10. I don't like girl on girl porn. So
Smokey, you like girl on girl porn, bro?
What?
When I watch porn, I try to envision myself as the one having sex. Maybe that's weird, and that's why when
Oh, so you like the POV
I used to jerk off to fat girl porn. I was telling you because I was really fat and had low self-esteem. I got better self-esteem now, but I would think all I could get is a fat chick. So it'd be like I could see myself having sex with this fat chick. So when I'm watching porn, I try to put myself into the guy's shoes. That's why when it's girl on girl, it's like what the fuck? Like what am I doing there? Like I'm not.
You're watching gay porn.
How long does it take for Arch to rally troops now when someone comes in front of Arthur's Rest and starts murdering people? Like, how long to get 20 to 40%? It's certainly not as fast as it was in Red Tree, and I'm working on it.
What's your favorite?
You could probably get 30%, within 20 minutes, maybe.
What's your favorite Albion song, bro?
My favorite, the only good Albion song ever is like the one that C did.
Which one? He did the Arch Afghanistan one, and then he did.
One, yeah.
See, which one's the first one?
Like Arch Afghanistan, and the other one's about looting, I think. The first one was good. I was actually I was like, damn, see, I mean, I know you're black, but I was like, you actually have like musical talent. I thought it was pretty cool.
He said, damn, you're black.
Yeah, the Discord ping's like, yeah, we'll ping Discord and say, hey, there's a fight here. We're just spamming Alliance chat. So,
did you do
How
two
did
songs
you break
or 3
both
songs?
your feet?
I said I was just walking. So I think I have a vitamin D deficiency. To be honest, so.
Have you ever heard of anybody else breaking both their feet?
I'll do that last question. How is it possible to take out Red Tree? Look, like I said earlier, if enough people come for you in this game, like you're gonna lose your shit. Happened to Mojo and Darkbro Snag. Happened to us in Red Tree. Happened to us in GMK. Happened almost every Surf's been evicted. Like everyone pretty much has been evicted. Except PoE. PoE would be evicted if they didn't have the headquarters thing, right? Well, they would have lost all their hideouts, I think. Like, I have no idea what happened with that PoE war.
Yeah, how did we stop that in Queen? What happened, Mojo? How'd that end?
I feel like PoE is Elevate still fighting them, or because I feel like they lost and PoE is like back to full strength, but maybe they don't have hideouts. I have no idea. But I know with the headquarters, it's like you can't take out PoE headquarters, right? They have enough points to have headquarters in the main zone, and with them it works. Like in that whole war, and it was like, yeah, just headquarter your stuff and turtle up. I was like, bro, like we lost Red Tree and all our tanneries really, like we can't just use a headquarters because like only your guild can get into it, and Arch has 100 guilds, so it was I think that strategy works well for them, but for Arch not so much.
Top 5 players of all time in
Damn.
Arch.
Wait, in Arch?
In Arch, top 5 players: Liu, Liu, Unfamiliar Quagga, Lint Liquor.
Stop it. Did you say Lint Liquor?
Yeah, Lint Liquor. He's like the best caller of all time. I mean, he's another dude who's like, I've never met anyone really like him. I'm surprised he didn't go viral with like his calling.
Me too. Like
his calling was top notch.
Who did that video with like that showed like the right hand when he's like yelling for everybody to go like right?
That was
hand
not. Yeah, that was not.
I was trying to find the video, dude. That shit is hilarious.
Follow your right hand. You remember him, Smokey?
Yeah, bro, he hated me as hell.
He hated you?
Yeah, don't you remember? He was arguing with me every.
All right, last
No, no, no,
question.
no.
Someone's asking,
That
what do you
was
want Arch would do more? The
that
only thing
was nice. That
the only
was
thing I
nice.
wish Arch would do more is get in comms when we fight. That's the only thing that really frustrates me is when people are not in Discord. 'Cause then it's like you can't even. It's like you people don't understand how frustrating it is to call for Arch when not
No,
only is Arch some of them are stupid or new or whatever, but half the dudes aren't even in comms, so you can't even hear calls. So I just wish there's a way to people would crack down on that a little bit more. But other than that, Arch is fun. So that as long as it remains fun, I'm happy. So. With that, I'm gonna go.
Hold on, one more question, Glad. One more question, bro. If you can meet 3 people alive or dead, we ask everybody this shit. Who would you pick?
Like Albion people or
No. Any historical person, any musician, actor, whatever the fuck anybody. Genghis Khan. People say Genghis Khan.
I don't know why they say that. Guy
Yeah.
rape mad women.
I mean, he also conquered half of the world, so I mean.
I guess
Come on, bro.
Jesus. See what the deal was there.
That's not fair. You can't use Jesus. Anybody else?
Why not?
That's too OP. It's like
Yeah, but I'd want to meet Jesus and then Ray Lewis.
Who's Ray
Football
Lewis?
player. The
Oh.
football player.
And who else? Who's your
Kill
third?
somebody.
You need a
You're
third.
missing one.
It's a good question. Will Smith, bro. What's
Even
going on
at-
with that slap, dude?
Even after.
You're not gonna make this move more than 1 inch. You got a full force slap on him. He doesn't move an inch. Like,
Who do you think won in that situation?
oh, I mean, Will Smith. Yeah, at first I was like, this is fake, but you see him like screaming
It's
in the
not
audience.
fake.
Like, he lost his cool, bro. He 100% lost his cool. Chris Rock definitely showed that
How did he stand his ground so well, though? Jeez.
Yeah.
Man,
He's like small dude too. So.
I mean, but some shit happened though, because he was laughing, and then he wasn't.
And the last person I'd rather meet Archer's not too. So that's gonna be my
What
goal.
about snacks, or would you meet snacks?
I would. Actually, I would meet up with him, but he's not like it's not gonna be Jesus, Ray Lewis, Will Smith, and Snacks
hell, right,
too.
Mojo?
Snacks is fun. He's funny though. He's a really funny dude. You guys know him well.
Yeah,
You know he's
I
funny.
like him. I like snacks, sir.
Yeah, he's funny. All right, cool, man. Well, thanks for I'm sorry for nerding out.
That's all
Thanks
good,
for having
man.
me
It
on
was
here.
perfect. Yes, sir.
Yeah, now if I pass away, my kids can hear this one day. I'm like, their dad really was a loser. Cool.
Yo, Glad. Thank you so much, bro. Thanks for taking the time, bro.
Thanks,
I
guys.
appreciate
Praise
you, man.
be. See you
Have a good
guys.
night,
Yeah.
bro.
Later, man.
That was fun, bro. That was fun. What'd you guys think? See, that's your boy right there, bro.
Yeah.
But you already knew all this shit about him.
No. Yep.
No, he's mad because he wasn't in the top 5. He's depressed right now.
Oh, he doesn't. He knows better than to include me in some shit like that. Because I'll say it to him for the next 2 weeks. Like, hey, Glad, you can't say that because remember, I'm your top 5 best players of all time.
Yo, on the thanks. Thank you so much for that sub to the Glad. Yo, and thank you, Glad, for coming for the interview. I forgot to ask him how he met you. How the fuck did you meet Glad?
How did I meet Glad?
Yes, sir.
Through the leader of Nemesis, Warbucks, the original creator.
I thought that was you.
He was like my no, I didn't make Nemesis. I just got stuck with it, and I didn't want to abandon the guy, so I stayed. But I was talking to Glut, and it was like I was starting to. I didn't talk to him much like when I first got there, but once I started to like get involved in comms or whatever, like I want to try leading or doing something. And I told him I was like, I'm one of the most loyal people you ever meet. And like I said, this season's 10 years in Arch.
Oh, you weren't lying, bro. 10 seasons, not 10 years.
10 seasons. It feels like years, though, to be honest. But shit, this game takes a lot out of you.
This motherfucker was talking about 25 years playing UO, bro. I don't know if I could play one game for 25 years, man.
Those type of games, though, are different, man. Like Tibia and UO, bro, you can play those things forever, man. Look at Smokey, he's still playing Tibia.
How long did you play Tibia for, Flacco?
Like 12 years?
12 years? Wait, Smokey, how much did you play Tibia for? How many years?
Like 12 years, but I got hacked this week.
How do you get hacked, bro?
I gave my account to a guy.
So you didn't get hacked?
That's not getting hacked, dumbass.
Listen, let me speak.
He gave his life
up. A guy
up.
invited me to the guild and was like, let's war. And we were, in a fight, he was like, "Can you give me account and password?" And I gave him, you know.
Oh my god!
That's
you
not a
one of
hack,
those.
bro.
Bro,
Hey, bruh,
my
you one of those.
customer, you
Listen,
know.
I got some shit you can buy right now.
But what you were saying earlier though, like there's games like that where like, bro, you're in one guild and you're in that guild until your character gets deleted. Like, you know, you're losing the war. Like, you can't just go to the other side.
You
You
know how
know?
much I got hacked on, bro?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Like $200, bro.
$200? That's not that bad.
Yeah. No, $2,000.
Oh
You're
shit.
you. Hey, listen.
Oh, you give
I'm
somebody
gonna
your
call you
account in
later.
Tibia, bro. Like, yo,
I'm gonna
come
call
on.
you later because the United States government has a lien on your house right now, and we need to get that fixed up as soon as possible.
Can you send me a check?
You need to go down to your nearest CVS or Costco and get you one of those dot cards.
Western Union.
Western Union me about $20,000, and we'll get it fixed
Bro,
up right away.
bro, I wanna cry. $2,000, you know. The guy hacked me on items worth.
Yeah, by the way, we're giving away 1 month premium. Yeah, we only have 34
Fuck
people.
premium,
35.
bro. I got
35.
hacked.
Bro, come
Oh,
make some of your
no.
money back, Smokey. Come here.
No, bro.
Listen,
He said
exclamation mark
fucking
praise B,
premium.
exclamation mark
I'm
praise B.
online, and you don't want to see. I got knocked down by someone. I don't know where in Albion.
He said, yo, I got hacked. This guy asked me for my account and I just gave it to him.
Exclamation mark praise B, exclamation mark praise B. 1 month free premium, boys. We're gonna start doing it at the end of every interview. By the way, who should we interview next, chat? Who do you guys think we should interview next?